This game's called Ice Fishers for kindergarten to grade 6. You'll need pool noodles, hula hoops, lily pads, and some paper. And it's a quick little game I came up with just this winter fishing season, so hope you enjoy. So to start, you'll place down a bunch of hula hoops, and these are going to be the ice holes or the fishing holes, so you can tell the players that they're on a big lake, and there's the fishing holes. And you're going to place down some fish, and you can cut these out in paper, or you can print off pictures and laminate them is best, but you just place them down somewhere in the fishing holes. Then you're going to cover up all the fish with lily pads or those poly spots, and then you can also place down a bunch of extra inside so that there aren't fish under some. And then you'll have students get in some groups, and each group is going to get a pool noodle, and that's going to be their fishing rod. So then when they're all ready to go, basically you're going to have a game. It's sort of a relay style where the game duration lasts for a certain number of minutes, so maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or until a group gets a certain number of fish, and they're going to try and collect the fish. And so basically we're just going to look at one group here, and you can imagine all the groups going at the same time as you would in a normal relay style kind of thing. And so we see when the whistle goes, the first person goes and they find a fishing hole and look under one lily pad. They're only allowed to check under one. And we see this student has gone and found a fish. So then they get to take that fish and bring it back to their group. And then, of course, they'd flip the lily pad back over before they go back to the group. And then they'd put that in a collection chamber and then pass the fishing rod to the next person who would then go. And so it just goes on and on like that. Of course, if they don't find a fish, then they have to go back without a fish, and it just goes on and on like that. So that's the basic idea for this game. Now, there's a lot of cool things you can do with this. For example, we have the fish. That was the one thing we put under. But underneath the other lily pads, you can do something. For example, even instead of just fish, you could write different weights for the fish. So you could have a 5 pound fish, 10 pound, 3 pound, 2 pound, so that the students would collect fish, but then at the end they have to add up how many pounds of fish they got. So that's a pretty neat idea you could try. Another one is you could put letters underneath different polyspots or lily pads. So instead of just fish, if they don't get a fish, maybe under a different one there are letters. Then they can also collect letters at the same time. And while they're collecting letters, the ones who are in their line waiting their turn can see if they can start spelling some words. So you'd need a lot of lily pads and a lot of hula hoops and stuff like that, and a lot of letters, but it's something you could try out. Another thing you can try out is putting little math equations. So if they go to a lily pad and flip it over, and instead of a fish there's a math equation, maybe they have to figure out that math equation, quickly do that many jumping jacks before they get to go back. So there's another idea. And finally, you could put little things on your own, like, for example, cut out something like this, a broken line. So if they go there and then they flip over a lily pad and then, oh, their line is broken, so then they'd have to hop on one foot on the way back, or some sort of thing like that. And you can think of a bunch of different ideas yourself, and hope you enjoy this game idea.